My God, that was fast today.
You didn't even realize it.
Yeah, that was fast. Hey guys, hello. Good Friday to everybody. Happy to have you all. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for the YouTube guys and thanks for the LinkedIn guys. So I can see it, guys. On my left, I have a LinkedIn. On the right, I have the YouTubers. So
Perfect. Thank you so much. I confided to you, Pietro, as well, and to everyone who's watching. The 30 seconds marketing approach now. So top right corner, I guess, or left corner for you, whatever is here. The YouTube channel, just scan the code, you go directly to the YouTube channel where you can see like this stream, all the past stream and all the interviews on demand, and you can play just the sound and just listen to it while you do some work or course at home or even sports. And although I don't imagine someone listen to our voice while they are running, right?
I just guys, don't forget it, please. I think we are going well. We're going slow in terms of the subscription on the YouTube. We're going fantastically well on LinkedIn. So thank you, LinkedIn. YouTube guys, you just need to help us a little bit just to move towards the goal of the 1,000. We reach 110. So we have the 10 subscription per week, which is not fantastic, let's say, but and that's normal. We will hit the snowball soon. So Enrique, what are we will be talking today? Are you just convince me that we will just have something to just implement the BIM faster, better, and whatever? Just tell me what will be the topic today.
Well, let's see. At least today we have a very good guest, I would say. No, I really enjoy having this conversation. We had the chance to discuss with Lubomir Popoff. Guess what his formation? Of course, an architect, as many of other people. His presentation. He came over to our BIM Cafe to talk about what is the new trend going on, and it's the data, the importance of the data analysis, and how to use that to really learn from the previous experience on projects and make the construction more digital and of course more efficient. No? That's what we're looking for here.
Okay, so very good.
Let's jump into the first clip and start to kind of put the interview into small pieces for people to join over after 10:30 and watch the full one, right?
Right, 10:30 will be the restart for the YouTubers. 10:30 on the YouTube. I will be commercial. I think I need to change the job for sales.
Exactly. So first thought, we're gonna grab from Lubomir's interview and something that it really give us a different scope. The reason why the construction industry is so fragmented and they work in silos and people don't really want to collaborate between each other, right? So let's take a look first what Lubomir says and we comment afterwards.
Something new. Okay, let's go.
We compare, for example, the construction industry to financial or banking. We can see the sort of how there is an entire industry to support the financial and the banking industries. We have plenty of consultancies. We have the Accentures, the BCGs, the McKinseys, and all the smaller ones. And they somehow are able to squeeze more out of having these external consultants going on board and helping them with external ideas and implementations from a, let's say, a separate point of view. In construction, I think the problem is the fact that these margins are very thin. Each next project that a company takes part of has a different set of processes, has a different set of approach to it. We have construction packages with different scopes between one project to another. The construction industry is not able to streamline a certain process that can then start to be improved with each next iteration of a building. We almost, I want to say, with some obviously adjustments, we start each next project from scratch. We have some lessons learned, but each next iteration of a design of a building that we are starting, we're sort of learning about it as the project goes, and as such, we are not able to take the lessons we have learned from the previous ones and implement these into these new projects. And this is where ideally these consultants, external parties, could potentially come and help us. Listen, we have worked through this. We know these processes. This is how we can do it. This is how we can implement better processes. This is sort of aspects where you can automate, let's say, for example. But these sort of external parties or let's say additional help can only slot in at different times of the project life cycle. We start with the architects and the clients. They have their own silo. Then we start to include the main contractor with the client and architect. That creates another silo. Then we have the subcontractor. So the delivery of the project is very siloed, very isolated between the different stages, and because it burns a lot of cash essentially doing this, not having this all aligned together from start to finish. The margins that are left for the decision makers and the stakeholders become very, very thin, and cuts are made in places where actually, if a better approach was adopted, there would be much greater benefits.
Wow. Silo. So this is again. I think you're right. I'm just. But Lubomir, he was talking about the different companies and making sure that each project is different. I'm hearing this all day long. Each project is different. Wow, it's.
I will highlight also the part that he said there, that this is where he thinks the external consultants and external help from the construction industry can do an impact there, right? Like coming over and say, guys, we do this in other banking or other type of industry, and it also coming someone from outside the sector and have a different view on this can really help to make these silos working more together or connecting those missing parts, right?
Yeah, that's right. But I think it's still the maturity of the whole system. We will see, But so what's the second topic which you just prepared as a shortcut from this one? So let's just try to hit it. Maybe it will be just a little bit more dynamic, let's say.
Let's see. We asked Lubomir after this explanation about the silos. So what are the missing parts? No, what kind of external help do we need? Let's take a look on his answer.
There are some let's say lacks in terms of the tools for the authoring tools that are available. We know of the Revits that they take a big part of the market of the digital, let's say the digital delivery. I think there is a great way of improvement of how these projects get set up from the get-go. So contractors get, at the end of the day, models and information produced by the architects. Very often these models during the construction stage get rebuilt from ground up, and there's plenty of such examples of wasted time that takes place because, for example, the model is not developed enough for a stage 4 delivery for the contractor to go and build. And I think there is an opportunity to be teaming up with architects, working with them to better prepare the project for the later stages. Again, this involves a greater, let's say, greater resources at the beginning of the timeline, where the benefits of this really get you can reap the benefits of it towards the construction phase, where you can actually start to use the models that have been produced. But yeah, also including the data that is provided with it. These models need to be set up in a correct way, and this is where I think external people can really help, who have experienced this sort of life cycle of project delivery.
Life cycle
Again,
project delivery.
External people call for them to come to the construction industry and do some help. This is something that we discussed before, that creating the models of any product data, much is not better. No, we need to put just a specific and correct amount of it. It's not just feeding the model with all type of information and just letting the other one decide what they want to take. No, so we need to be wise about it, and the experience or external help from consultant from the outside on the industry is the one that can help on it. Agree.
Agreed. I think that was a good discussion, guys. Seriously, I think you need to look at it, the whole content of it. Just again, as Enrique mentioned, 10:30 it will be released on the YouTube. So feel free to reply it when you will be just going home, going to work, etc. Interesting to see the viewpoint. I think Lubomir, he touched the very important parts of the whole process. So it was really good. So just I think this is the extract, but let's look at the details.
Exactly. So let's jump to the third topic today, third clip. And we're going to talk about the role of the client, because he mentioned a lot the word the client and stakeholder needs to be compromised. This is not something new. I'm sorry, Piotr, but also let's hear from his voice what he has to say about this.
Yeah.
Very important role is played by the client and the client's vision of the project and the client's vision of the delivery of the project.
Okay.
If the client doesn't have an imposed, let's say, willingness, or they don't see the benefit of BIM, of digital delivery, and all the jargon words we can use, there is going to be push from the consultants, from the subcontractors, because the digital tools and processes are still seen to some extent as an overhead value rather than an integral part of delivering a build project. And this is where I think a lot of the problems have their root. It's still seen as a luxury rather than as a foundation of a proper of a proper delivery of a project. And again, I come back to the client, and it's important. And we do it. We try as an industry to teach and to show the clients and the various stakeholders the importance of this and what we're trying to do with the different digital tools and processes. But it's a very slow process. But I think we're getting there day by day and one client at a time.
Yeah.
So a bit of hopes here. Come we are trying to get to the point where everyone really believes.
Day by day. No, I think it's worth looking at this way. So I think that the progress is there. I think all of us are frustrated without pushing really hard to get the results faster. So interesting, but frustration is everywhere about the digital transformation within the industry.
Yeah, and how do we make to increase this productivity and make some changes? This is a question we asked Lubomir to solve the issue that we have now on the construction industry, and he made a very good point comparing the industry with the automotive one, and making some comments about industrialization, change supply chains, and automatization of processes. So let's hear what he has to say about it, and we comment. Maybe we need to focus more to make cars or make building like cars, right?
Okay, let's go.
Sure, we have all seen the graph of the productivity of the different sectors, and we can see at the bottom the construction industry just ever so slightly rising year on year.
Yeah, no,
but I think agriculture the highest one. It's yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to say this is the reality that we are facing. Again, it's many moving components. It's the difficulty of leaning out the process, really making the building, manufacturing and building almost like a car lane, where we have stations where at each station another component is added. This is where we need to figure out how we can reach this, and this is why I mentioned earlier that client involvement and main stakeholder involvements, like tier 1 contractors, tier 2 contractors at the beginning of the project, is key. And obviously, again, it requires a lot of resources at the beginning, and I think many clients are wary of this, that if it goes wrong, it can go very, very wrong. But I believe someone will have to take the risk at some point.
I think we're ready to take a risk. We're taking the risk already. So I think I'm ready, but not sure that anybody else.
But the interesting part, as I said before, to compare this with the automotive industry, this is going to not only about like to make it like communist style houses all the same, to put it plain, it's just to industrialize the processes and make it more like a supply chain, the panels and all the windows and everything. So we need to be more ready that every project is not unique. Otherwise, we are doing everything from zero. Or doing everything from
But
zero. We
why
cannot apply.
they, why they need to standardize it? I don't think so. There is a need, right? I mean, this is more the questions of not productivity, but if I start everything from zero, I can prove myself. This is like a more macho way. Okay, it's just
As everything in life, probably the best is a balance. No, starting everything from zero and having some process automatized and standardized. No fully industrialization or fully customization of project is never a good choice. It can be a good choice for one project itself, but not for the purpose of the industry of your company. So, well.
right.
We change a bit the topic now, and this is something that's coming on recently. Well, we call it the last player of the game, sustainability. Of course, need to come zero emissions, so on. It's important to start to listen to that. But let's see what Lubomir has to say about it in construction industry.
Good. Let's try.
The matters of again sustainability. We will have to be reducing our carbon footprints. We will have to reduce as much as possible the reworks, which cost a lot of money, but as well pollute the environment because we need to produce and reproduce these materials. Again, these digital tools, digital processes, they are there for the taking to help us reduce the emitting of CO2 and other sort of gases, which again, I think the construction industry is one of the leading polluters as an industry worldwide. And another thing that came to my mind, Piotr, is the future workforce on these project sites. I don't have data currently to back this, but again, anecdotally, I can see that there is. It's harder and harder to get a proper workforce to go and build these projects, and we will be having to be going towards more automation on the sites using robotics, perhaps using prefabricated modules. And again, this is
yes. Sorry, interrupt. Modules. That's what I'm saying. Module. Yes, and we get it. Yeah.
and yeah, we can. I mean, we can. However, we dice it and look at it. I'm obviously biased because I work with that specific environment within the construction side. I'm just one piece of the puzzle, but from my perspective, my subjective maybe perspective, data, technology, and processes around that will be the key for the construction industry going forward.
We really hit it there, right? I think one of the key elements we mentioned is modularity and the repetition, right? So I think it's really getting together. But what about the sustainability there? You mentioned sustainability. How the modular things can help with the sustainability, Enrique?
Well, the construction industry is the leader, if not one of the tops of emissions, and if we can make the production centers going more off-site, more efficient, probably we can reduce those emissions, transportation, materials, and so on, because we can do this consolidation center to produce some part of the materials of the building, and that can make an effect. So, but we mentioned at the end, people and also the data is important to make this change happen.
Okay.
You buy or not? Did I convince you?
It's a big debate because I think I think the modularity will help you with the productivity. I don't think so. It will help you with the sustainability really, because and on top of it, if you will start to building modular thing, you need to have you will just be still having the supply chain cost, which will be higher because you move this modular prepared, etc., from point A to point B, not on the construction site. So I don't know. I think we need to call to the experts who really know how to calculate the impact, because it's not us for now. Yeah.
Great. Good. Let's jump into the next topic. And now we're gonna. This is the last part of the interview, which for me was very interesting as well, and I invite people to join over on 10:30 and watch it as well. It's about data analytics and the importance that they have on the they're having now on the construction industry. It's getting more popular and more important, as I said, because being able to study that data and understand why things happen, understanding the why, will really help you with the learning process on the construction industry.
Okay.
I just shut my mouth, and let's see what Lubomir has to say about it, and then we
That's
jump
not
over it.
possible. You're always talking. It's like me.
I think comes to a big extent from the builders, from the guys who actually go on site and build it and deliver this, because they know, looking at the project, they should be able, with the data they have, be able to feedback into the architects, into the design, into the client, what sort of challenges they can face when designing a specific building for a specific use in any given way. So it's very important to gather the data from each project that you get involved with, and try to understand how can you use it in the future, in the next project, so that you don't redo stuff that you've already done, that you already know, but you don't know that you know it because you haven't captured it. And this is the challenge. Again, it's we can use the Power BIs, the different sort of data gathering tools we have, but it's realizing that there is a fountain of information that hasn't yet been tapped in. And again, I think that there is, albeit slow, there is a movement towards this, and industries and companies are starting to realize that there is a lot to be uncovered with the data they have.
He gave me that idea really just to get into the more data-driven interviews. Really, I think that's something what we can do, and I think Lubomir, he just mentioned it. I think we need to prepare it more on the data stuff and data-driven to show the people, to showcase, because it's still theoretic right now what we are doing.
Yeah.
It's just we need to show the data, I think. Yeah.
I sense the same. I really, because it makes sense for me what he's saying, but I want to see how it happened, right? How it really applies to project. But this part of twist tongue he was doing of the data will show you that you know things that you don't know that you already know before. No? Like it makes sense. You just think and listen to it slowly. It really makes sense, because it happens to you that you solve a problem in a project, and then you face a problem in the same way, but as you're used to solve problem one after one, you don't remember how you did it or why it happened. So at the end, you just solving the problem all the time. You're not learning to how to avoid it. And this is what the data should be helping you to know about it. Like, okay, I solved this problem, perfect, I record it, I set it, so we are not facing this problem anymore. Only we know how to solve it, we face it again. But the solution is not how to solve the problem, it's not to have the problem itself.
I agree.
Fantastic. Okay, last part of the interview, we got it, and we are still talking about the data. And this part is I really like it.
For the guys who just, because I see, sorry, Jarnik, I see the guys are jumping in, jumping out, etc. from the streaming. So just don't worry, everything, it will be on the YouTube registered. So just if you wish to subscribe there. This is like the subscribe, please. This is great to have you on our YouTube channel as well. So just you can replay whatever, and you can see all of the guest list which we had before this today. And of course, it will be it's already planned for the next couple of weeks, so it's still growing. So keep subscribing. Just give us the good note. Sorry, that was the commercial break, guys.
Totally, it's okay. As I said, we're gonna catch up with the last clip right now, and it's about again the data, and we call it the data story. How the data can tell us the story of why things happen and what should we learn from there. So we go in the same direction. Let's listen to Lubomir for the last time, and then we just close the chapter.
Close the chapter.
There's plenty of systems that are being used throughout the project lifecycle, up to handover, including handover and facility management. And the idea is that these different systems produce data. They are giving us some of the facts, like revisions, dates, information about the names and titles. But it is up to us to gather the sum of it and try to distill and understand what this information can give us. And from a technical point of view, we have now the tools of Power BI that are becoming much more accessible. They are being brought to light in general, where we are able to link different systems. We know that the entire world runs on Excel, and hopefully this will, going forward, we will be moving towards more centralized and cloud-based data centers, so that we can group together different informations from project, and combine them and analyze them as a sum of all of them, rather than in different silos. And I think, again, skilling up, bringing up about it, just getting involved with the community of data analytics, and as such is a first step. And I think we are very much into this first stage of it, is getting people to talk about it, is getting the people involved with it, and starting to produce low-level data analytics that will tell us what has happened, and then hopefully develop this into what is happening and what will happen ultimately. Again, data analytics. I would be willing to democratize the data available, so make it available to the different levels of the people within a company, within an industry. Get involved with it, and just start playing with it, using tools like Power BI or anything similar, and trying to understand what story can we build from the data that is being shared. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to present the data just so that we present a set of nice graphs or pie charts or bar charts. We want to create a story that tells us the situation as it is, or as it was, and again, try to be as objective to what we are looking at as we can, and try not to steer it in a specific way that would, let's say, benefit us in a given situation. And that's very hard to remain objective against things that we are looking at.
Okay. Fantastic conclusion. I think this is the part which I like the most. I think that starts, Lubomir, he just touched the very important part, the data, the tools, and the processes. So I really like it, because this is something which really will drive the transformation of the industry, right? I'm just, in our comments before about the data, then the process, and the tools which can help us and streamline. I think we will get there. We'll get there. I think it's Friday, so it's just, I'm getting a little bit, tired after convincing the world about 4 or 5 days about the importance of the transformation of the construction industry. That it's going well. I hope it will be Good Friday. Thank you.
Fantastic. So you want to listen more about the data story? Just jump in LinkedIn, in YouTube, in our channel. A couple of minutes, the interview will be displayed there. You can watch it. It will be premiered soon. So just join us, give us this like, this subscription. It will really help us to keep doing what we're doing, with more guests and good guests coming on soon. So
subscribe to this is the YouTube. Can you just can you show the LinkedIn, please? Because I think that's important.
Totally. 1, 2, 3 LinkedIn newsletter there as well.
This is there. I think we need to find out the way really just to put these things here. So just guys, subscribe to the LinkedIn as well. Thank you very much for all of them. 8,000 people joined us already. So thank you. This is the YouTube part. So just can get there. The new interviews are coming. Thank you very much for being with us for all the last. This is the 3rd season. We are we're closing very soon the season 3, and we will just be looking for the season 4 subject, the main team, really just to go and launch it. So do not hesitate. Send some comments, the questions, etc. Reply it when you like. And we are here for you just to make your implementation of BIM easy. If you wish to convince some of the guys in your company, reach out and we can just help you as well, just to discuss it over the coffee, what we can do, how we can do it. We can also just help you some of the models and how we modeling the part with our experience, how we work with the manufacturers. So just there is a lot of use cases. If you wish to learn more, just to jump and to talk to us directly. I think we can help you with that. Isn't it? I hope, Enrique, we can help.
Good space, yeah, totally. If not, we'll find a way to do it. Fantastic. Yeah. Just one last contribution from my side. Remember that Next week coming up, reveal event, construction and architectural event happening, the biggest in Spain, happening in Madrid, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 28th, 29th, 30th of March. I will be there present, moderating some talks. I will be around all the stands saying hello and giving coffees to people, real coffee, not virtual one. So if you want to come over, drop us a message. I can share some invitations. I want to just say hi
It's not only
and
that.
appreciate for our work, of course, going.
It's not only that, but you will be also one moderator of one of the panels, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you are very famous right now. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're pretty famous.
I hope I can handle it. I hope I can handle it because people in the street start to stop me. You're the guy from the BIM Cafe. So yeah.
So guys, if you will see Enrique, there is a code saying just the BIM Cafe, and you will get the free cafe from him. So if you say, "Hey, the BIM Cafe," free coffee for you.
Fantastic. Take it on.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Thanks,
guys.
Enrique. Have a great Friday, guys. Great preparations. Thank you, Lubomir, again once more for the great interview. It's released right now, so it's just you can just watch it the whole interview on the YouTube if you like. Welcome everybody new to this video cast.
Talk show. I like it to call it now talk show.
Talk show. Oh.
Talk show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. Have a great Friday, guys.
Have a good Friday, everyone.
Thanks, Enrique.
Bye.
Ciao. Have a good one.